like I wasn't a great worker. I always got excellent reviews, but it was just that I couldn't see how this was going to help me meet my end desire, and so I didn't see the point in it. I did always work very hard, but once I
Hey,
found, what's up?
we got a guest here.
I saw.
Yeah. Okay. So this is say what's up, Anthony.
Hey,
Nope.
hey, Anthony. I think we're staring at your crotch.
Yeah, right.
My bad.
Oh man. Hey, dude, it's great to have you here.
Good, cool.
Yeah. Anthony's got a painting business in Bearable. It's new. Started this year, right?
Yeah, I started back up in 2017, but I did a whole year of legal wise. I had a business before that that I ran, over 16 years. But being gone all the time with that, I just had enough of it. And then started this up, yeah, a whole year of legal stuff and LLC and all that stuff, insurance, and then yeah, we fired up. Was it March? Just about middle of May when we went fully operational.
So Lewis, this guy chased me down on a job site last summer. Because he was building his network of guys that he wanted to partner up with. So he calls me up on the phone and says, "Hey, this is Anthony with A&M Painting, and I got a painting company in Baraboo, and I saw you do power washing, and that's kind of a big part of what I do is things need to be clean before I paint it." And he was like super persistent. Well, where are you gonna be tomorrow? Oh, I'm on a job site. Oh, where's the job site at? And I'm just like, dude, chill out, man. He goes up on like, so I agree. I'm like, that's cool, man. I'm working on a commercial job tomorrow. I can cut out for 10 minutes to talk to you. And he handed me a bunch of business cards, and we kind of referred some work back and forth over the last few months.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anthony, I'm very excited to have you tonight. So thanks for either one, being tricked by James into showing up tonight.
I'm kind of thinking because I had to buy beer and that was kind of bullshit. It cost me money already.
Hey, I didn't make you do that.
Or option two, thinking that this sounded interesting enough for it to be worth your time this evening. So, but James, we've talked to him a lot about building a referral network and the possible strategies that could be used if you were willing to take the time to implement those things in your business. And this course that James is part of has been based greatly around automating a lot of the processes that take place in your business so that you have something called deal flow automation, which is a concept we developed where you should be able to have an automated inflow of new leads to follow up with, a process to close those people automatically, a process to follow up with the people that don't buy the first time around, and then for all the office processes that take place when it comes to billing and distributing client information and having all of that done as automated as possible. Hiring and training processes have a lot of automated components to it, and then you can use all those automations to plan out your business and plan very specific things that you can act on and have a certain expected value return to you. And so I just wanted to make that clear, and especially anybody in the class that maybe is still wondering.
What have we been doing for the last month and a half?
Boom, that's what it does for you guys. Okay. Use all those automations. So from here, this week, guys, our topics have been planned to be based around how to be highly productive. Now, what Derek and I have been teaching you to do is also known as growth hacking. Okay? There are some books out there that you guys could take some time to read about. Teaching all of you on joining this program, examples that I told you about. As like this week we were going to teach our topic. So I said we're going to teach you the same kinds of techniques that Facebook, Airbnb, and Etsy have used to expand and grow into billion-dollar businesses that span the globe. And at the time, that sounds like, whoa, man, that's really cool. And it like really is. But what exactly does that mean? Well, a lot of the ways that we've shown you guys about setting up websites to be very directly built to send people through a process which takes down their addresses their concerns and addresses exactly the things that they want to see on the website very quickly using methods like split testing and audience feedback and referral programs and review programs, like and the way that some of these marketing campaigns are set up. Like these are the same things that we use to grow software companies and to sell digital products, and they work very well in your business, just like they did for Airbnb. Okay, so if you're interested in the topic, there's a book called Growth Hacking. Go read it. It's on an app called Scribd. I really love that app. You can also get it a lot of other places, but Scribd is one place I think that you can get it for free.
Can I get it on Audible?
I am sure you probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I listened to that book for half an hour before I realized, oh, all this really cool stuff they're building up, that's what Derek and I do. Cool, now I know what it's called.
Yeah.
And so with that, this week, our final topic is, one, we want some feedback from you guys after we're done with this about what it is that you would like to see from here on out. So think about that while we're looking at many of these topics. I encourage you to take notes so that way you can ask exactly what you wanted after everything's done. We're going to be taking questions. And without further ado, is there hold on, I forgot. Is there anything anybody else wants to bring up before we even start? Guys, after we're done with this about what it is.
Good question. The book, who's the author?
That while we're looking at many of these topics, I encourage you to take notes so that
the Growth Hack book?
I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to look at it. But I think it's called Growth Hacking or Growth Hack. Might just be Growth Hack.
Okay, I can't find it right now, but maybe if you get the link or something, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you know who would have it at? Harmony. Ask at Harmony. Message her, ask her for it, and then you can come back and drop it in the group.
It's Neil Patel.
Neil Patel, yes. He I can't remember what company he started, but you'll know what it is. Okay. All right. So Derek, are you here?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Wonderful. Yes. All right. So guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into this now. Let me pull up something.
I was seizing the opportunity to live stream.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So tonight we're going to talk to you about some of these things that are going to give you very actionable steps for growing your business. And choosing to implement these systems described will help you to overcome much of the discomfort that you might feel. But it's going to require a painful transition sometimes from an older system that's built to building a new one that's built from the ground up. And we're trying to inspire you with the ideologies of the business masters that we've done business with. Persisting in this will give you great rewards and lower stress, increase profit, and massive time savings. And hopefully unparalleled clarity for what you actually want to take your business forth to do. Okay. And all right, Derek, we wanted to go through our growth book, right? Yeah, okay. So guys, there's a couple things that we're going to talk to you guys tonight about. I wanted to take one more chance to explain a couple tools to you and give you suggestions about how you might be able to implement them in your business. Now, some of these things apply to a wide variety of different types of businesses, also different types of business owners. So not everything here may apply to every single person, but anybody could use tools. So the reason why I specify not everybody, our first example is a really good one. So after class last week, somebody had contacted me and asked about more specifics about communication tools. And they wanted some more clarity about what I had told you guys about Slack. So I thought I would talk to you guys both about Slack and Voxer. So who here is a Voxer user?
I downloaded it on my phone several weeks ago with your recommendation.
Yeah. And how have you been using it?
Well, it was interesting. I have some friends that actually have it already. I didn't know that until I downloaded it, and then it told me who on my friends list have it. So I've used it a little bit with a couple buddies, but and just a little bit with Derek. But it seems like a pretty convenient tool.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Voxer is kind of like a walkie-talkie. Sorry.
Sorry, Louis.
It's okay. So Voxer is kind of like a walkie-talkie app, and it is really great for staying in contact with your team. A lot of you guys are looking at hiring people next year, and there was some question the other day about like what's maybe some of the safest ways to talk. Well, walkie-talkie app is really great. You can control it with the headset even, and you can send out blast walkie-talkie like on one channel. Everybody gets a notification. It beeps. I remember when I was telling my wife about this the other day because she didn't know that ever existed. But remember when all the Motorola phones came out and they would all get a big beep, and everybody was getting like Sprint Nextel because they had the walkie-talkie phones. Well, and it was like a big deal in like 2002. Well, you just get the app for free now, and it can connect you all your guys. Also, it has some other features. We had talked about using House Call Pro. One of the reasons being that House Call Pro gives you the physical location of your people as they're en route. Well, you could also do that with Voxer because you can have a feature where you see where everybody is on the map. That is a paid feature though, but Voxer is really not that expensive. And for people that are interested in like creating courses and things like that, or having certain types of communication, it is really handy because there's several different ways you can set it up, like one-way communication where somebody like Russell Brunson has a Voxer channel, and sometimes some of the I think it's Russell, maybe it's probably somebody else, but they have like hundreds of people on their Voxer channel, but nobody can communicate back. You can send an email, you can do stuff like that, but it's one-way communication. And so people who are interested in setting up courses can use something like that to have a paid feature. But also, if you guys just know about it, you can probably come up with your own creative uses as well. And that's one reason why we try to show you guys a wide variety of tools. All right, and Slack. Did anybody have a chance to look at Slack since I mentioned it to you guys the other day? Okay. So Slack is a really cool tool that you can learn about. There is a podcast about it on the How I Grew This podcast, or How I Made This podcast from NPR. Okay, and they talk about how Slack was originally a tool that their team was used while they were creating other apps. And this guy had success creating something else, another product that you guys would know, but I forget what it was. And he convinced his team to go chase this wild, crazy idea to create video games, and it failed miserably. But they had a really good team building process, and they came up with this app that they realized, oh, well, we could probably sell this on the outside. And that's one of the things that happens. So as you're out there building your businesses and you're thinking about new ways to put things together and like you're at this at coming up with ideas, remember, there have been people just like you that have had these service businesses that came up with ideas that they could create software out of, right? So Joshua Latimer, he's like, hey, I have this really great marketing process. Wouldn't it be cool if I could just turn that into an app and then people could make like a lot of money really easily like I did? And Sendin was born. Okay, so Slack is a great communication tool. It's not really ideal. fulfill for service businesses. But if you start doing a lot of communication with people like maybe Funnel Wave or some outside contractors, there's like a lot of possibilities, and it's becoming so popular that I believe that Slack will have a lot of new features in the future that would make it maybe more accessible and or common. So if you haven't heard about it yet, I would not be surprised if it gets even more mainstream in the next coming years and you start to think about it. So, Derek?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I had a question for you. To make this more mainstream, is there anything that people, these guys might be able to do to change it up a little bit to make it fit a service business better?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing was I probably need to share my screen. Okay, so share my screen. Of course, that messed up everything else, but that's okay.